I would be a human DVD. I would just come into a room and you'd force me to sit inside the computer, and then the story would be the same every time, and I don't like that. I like to tell the story differently each time. And one of the ways I do that is I change the names, because I take the names from you guys. So I want you to give me the name of a peasant girl. She's very poor. She's very brave. She never complains about anything. If you step on her foot, she doesn't go, "Oh, you!" She says, "I'm sure you didn't mean to do that." And she starts walking on. She never complains. If there's lots of cake and she's the last one to get it, she says, "Never mind, that's all right. I'm sure I'll get mine next time." And she does. She never complains. She's very strong and hard-working. She's very thoughtful and kind and generous and poor. I wonder what name we could give to that person. What do you think? Alexia. Ooh, I like Alexia. Alexia I quite like. Hands up as we go, and then I'll come to you in a second.
I've forgotten. Alfie?
Alfie the peasant girl.
No, I mean...
Possibly. What do you think? I'll come back to you.
Pig.
Faye. I like Faye. What did you say? Paige?
Yes.
Paige.
Yes,
Yes, I can imagine that. One more try.
Gabrielle.
Gabrielle. I like Gabrielle too, but I'm going to go for Paige. I like Paige, isn't it? Once upon a time, there was a girl, a peasant girl, called Paige. She was very brave, never complained, and was poor. She lived with her uncle Monday to Friday during the week, and her dad at the weekends. If you talk at the same time, no one will be able to hear. Okay? You can give me suggestions. I often say, "Can I have a suggestion?" Then it really works, but otherwise nobody can hear. I don't know about you, when I hear two people, my ears go in different directions and they stretch out like trumpets. It's terrible. It's an unpleasant sight. Paige was very good, and she stayed with her uncle during the week, whose house was next to the school. In the Czech Republic, there was one school for miles. And her dad, Paige's dad, used to work and work and work. He worked the minute the sun came up until the minute the sun went down. He worked so hard. And though he loved Paige, he could not take her to school, and he could not see her in the evenings because he was sleeping. So her uncle would look after her Monday to Friday and take her to school and bring her home. On Friday afternoon, Paige would walk from her uncle's house to her dad's house, through the forest, up the mountain, over the mountain, turn left at the lamppost and be at her dad's. That's how she would do it. It was 3 o'clock on a Friday afternoon and it was time to go, and all she had was one piece of bread for the whole journey. She would walk all night and get there Saturday morning. One piece of bread. Not only that, but it was the crust from the end of the loaf. You know the one that's crust all one side and bread the other? And it was stale. If an enormous tank missile was aiming towards you, all you would need to do is put this piece of bread up and it would explode harmlessly on the outside. It was that tough and stale. That's all she had. One piece of stale bread. One coat that she had worn since she was 5. She was now 7 and the coat fitted her like that. And one pair of woolly boots made of wool. Not very good if you step in a puddle. Soggy all day. So she was always careful not to, was Paige. It was a very clever one. She began to walk into the forest and she saw an old man bent over. From his stomach was issuing a noise like a trumpet that had been sat on by 3 elephants. Instead of saying, it was going. And gurgling. Why? Why was his stomach making that noise as he walked along? Why? Why was his stomach making that noise? He was starving hungry. He hadn't eaten for days. What did Paige do?
Gave him the bread.
The whole piece. All her food. He said, for me. Surely that's the only food you have on you. And you're obviously walking through the mountain. There's no way back. You're going to give me your only piece of bread. You're obviously very kind. Don't worry about it, said Paige. I'll be fine. I'm young and strong. Well, thank you. And he ate it, and tears of gratitude came into his eyes. Thank you. She walked on. She met a boy. The boy was dancing with his legs, as he did. But with his body, he was rubbing his arms around his chest. Why? Which part of him? Exactly. The top was cold, but his legs were fine, but his top's. So what did Paige do? What did she do? Her only coat, it was small on him, mind, but her only coat she gave to him, and he went like that. But he was happy, and he danced with his small coat. Thank you, your only coat. You must be freezing. I'm fine, said Paige. I'll be all right. I'm young and strong. She walked on. She met at the very edge of the forest, at the foot of the mountain, another girl. This girl was fine with her arms. She was waving at everything, joyfully. Hello, sky. Hello, tree. Hello, ground. Hello, snail. But her knees were knocking together as she waved. Why? Why? Because her legs were icy cold. What did Paige do? What did Paige do when she saw someone in trouble and knew exactly what the problem was? Which was that her legs were cold. What did she do?
She gave her boots.
The woolly boots. Not welly boots. Welly boots are good in puddles. Her woolly boots. Those are your only boots, said the girl, whose knees had been knocking. I'm all right, said Paige. I'll be fine. I'm young and strong. Thank you, said the girl, who pulled on the boots. And suddenly her knees stopped knocking, and she started waving and kicking. And on went Paige, all the way up to the top of the mountain where there was a clearing of the trees. And the stars were falling down from the sky. 20 stars falling down like comets. Down onto the clearing at the top of the mountain. Do you know what stars look like? Most people think they're flaming balls of gas in the sky, rotating around the heavens thousands of miles a second. In fact, they are cabbages. Stars, when they land, are golden cabbages with a light bulb inside flicking on and off. Very beautifully, they're like Christmas lights, all the way through the clearing in the woods, with these blinking star cabbages, or cabbage stars, if you will. That's beautiful, said Paige. So beautiful, I'm feeling bewitched and enchanted, and I'm feeling sleepy. What? After just 1 hour of sleeping, standing up. Have you ever slept standing up? Very difficult. Most people flop over. She woke up as if she'd been sleeping for days. So refreshed, she could spell the rhinoceros's xylophone in 2 seconds. She could count up to 103 in 5 seconds. And she could do all her times table right up to her 23rd times table. Everything she'd ever known came into her head because she was so well slept. And She looked, and there were 19 stars in the clearing, all still twinkling beautifully. Only 19? How many have fallen in last night?
20.
One of those stars had melted into a perfect circle like a plate. A yellow, crispy, sizzling circle with lemon juice and sugar, smelling delicious. What kind of yellow, crispy circle with lemon juice and sugar do you have sort of February, March every year? Yes! Who likes lemon and sugar? They tasted deliciously of lemon and sugar. Who doesn't like lemon and sugar? They didn't taste like lemon and sugar at all. What do you like? Jam? Golden syrup? Chocolate. They tasted of chocolate. Who doesn't like chocolate? They didn't taste of chocolate. It was the perfect pancake for anyone. It was the perfect... Yeah, then if you sprinkle it on top, or add it into the flour. And with a pancake, there is no point saving, is there? A cold pancake is like a rubber tire. There's no point eating it. She would have liked to have shared it, but there was nobody around, and it was going cold. So this pizza, this pancake, the size of a pizza, or pizza the size of a pancake, if you prefer, she ate all by herself. Best pancake ever! So now she was well slept and well fed, and she walked over the mountain to the lamppost, turned left, and wound up at her dad's house. That's fine. Hello, Paige, said her dad. Hello, Dad, I've had the most amazing adventure. I've met people, and then the stars come down from the pancake. Look, I collected them all and put them in my apron. She looked down into her apron. All the stars had changed again. They were no longer cabbages, they weren't pancakes. They were 19 gold coins. Each gold coin worth £100,000.
Are you kidding me?
They were millionaires overnight. They tore down their log cabin in the forest. They built a palace of gold and pearl and diamond with a great big wooden door. And everybody in the Czech Republic knows that when they are hungry, when they are tired, when they are lonely, when they are poor, they just need to go to the palace and knock on the palace door. And Paige will open, and what will happen? Pancakes? A bit of her money? Gold coins? A bed? A coat? Whatever you need, not just if you're greedy, whatever you need, she would give you. And that is the story of Princess Paige of the Czech Republic.
He's found you, bitch.
And that is the end of my story.